Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss the benefit and challenge of using social media as a learning tools. Social media platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and Telegram has become increasingly popular among students for education purpose. According to Kumar and Nanda 2022, social media support both formal and informal learning by enable students to access information and interact with others. Therefore, social media has become an important compartment of modern education. In my opinion, social media offer many opportunities for students to improve their learning experience. However, it also presents several risks that needs to be addressed. As Leaf states, learning occupies through social interaction and social media provide a platform for such interaction. Therefore, our discussion today will be explore both the benefits and challenge of social media in education.
Alright, I agree with Izni. Nowadays, students spend a significant amount of time on social media, making it powerful educational platform. Many educators have started sharing lessons, tutorials, and revisions materials through social media because it is easily accessible and familiar to students. According to Hamidi 2021, social media can enhance students' participation and engagement in learning activities. Furthermore, social media supports active learning by allowing students to communicate and collaborate with peers. This aligns with John Dewey's theory that learning is most effective when students actively participate in educational experience. Therefore, social media can play an important role in making learning more meaningful and interactive.
I also agree that social media has transformed the way students learn. It allows learners to access educational contents beyond the classroom and encourage independent learning. According to Rajeh 2021, many students perceive social media such as using learning tool because it provides quick access to educational resources. However, the effectiveness of social media depends on how it is used. If students use it wisely, it can enhance their academic performance. On the other hand, misuse may create distraction and reduce productivity. Therefore, it is important for students to develop responsible digital habits while using social media for learning.
Alright, the first benefit of social media is easy access to educational information. Students can find learning materials such as tutorials, videos, notes, academic discussion, and recorded lectures at any time. This allows them to learn independently and review lessons whenever necessary. Okay, according to Rajah 2021, students believe that social media improves access to educational content and supports their learning process. This idea can be explained through George Sims' connect vision theory, which states that learning occurs through digital networks and online connections. For example, students preparing for examination can watch YouTube tutorials or join Telegram study groups to gain additional knowledge. Therefore, social media expands learning opportunities beyond traditional classrooms. Right.
I totally agree with Zaiti points. It easy to information allows students to become more independent learners. Instead of waiting classroom lessons, students can immediately search for explanation whenever they encounter difficult. This helps them to solve problem more efficient and strengthen their understanding of subject matter. For example, language learner can watch grammar lesson on TikTok or YouTube and immediately apply what they have learned. This supports autonomous learning, which is highly valued in modern education. Therefore, social media empowers students to take greater responsibility for their own learning. Another important benefit is that social media enhance collaboration among students. Through platforms such as WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, groups, students can communicate, discuss assignment, and exchange ideas regardless of their location. According to Ansari and Han 2020, social media promotes collaborative learning and improves student engagement. This benefit is close related to Vygotsky's social contract theory, which emphasizes learning through interaction and cooperation. For example, students can work together assignment through group chat and share useful resources instantly. Therefore, social media help build teamwork and communication skills.
Such a great point, Afi. I totally agree with you. Collaboration is one of the most valuable aspects of social media in education. Through online discussion, students are exposed to different perspectives and ideas, which can improve their critical thinking abilities. Learning becomes more dynamic when students actively contribute to group discussion. For instance, students working on a presentation can use Telegram to contribute tasks and share information effectively. This not only improves academic performance but also develop important interpersonal skill. Therefore, social media serve as an effective platform for collaboration learning. Okay, for the next point, another benefit is that social media increase student motivation and engagement. Educational content on social media is often effective, visually attractive, and easy to understand. According to Yuan 2022, students with positive attitude towards social media are more likely to use for educational purpose. Badura's social learning theory explained that people learn by observe others. For example, students can learn presentation technique or language skill by watching educational creators online. Therefore, social media can make learning more enjoyable and motivation.
Alright, I totally agree with you. It's very interesting benefit, isn't it? And many students prefer learning through videos rather than reading likely texts. Interactive content such as quizzes, animations, and short educational videos can recapture students' attention more effectively. This encourages active participation and increase students' interest in learning. For example, TikTok creators often simplify complex concepts into short and engaging videos. As a result, students are more likely to remember the information. Therefore, social media can improve learning motivation significantly.
Wow, that's a good point from you, Zaiti.
Thank you.
In addition, social media provide immediate feedback through comment and discussion. Students can ask questions and receive response quickly from teachers, peers, or content creators. This creates learning environment and encourage students to continue learning. For instance, students receive helpful feedback on their question are more likely to remain engagement with the learning process. Therefore, social media can positively influence students' motivation and confidence.
Alright, moving on to the challenge. One major challenge of using social media as a learning tool is distraction and addictions. Although social media offers educational content, it also contains entertainment features that may divert students' attention from their studies. Students often begin using social media for academic purpose, but end up spending hours watching unreal videos or browsing entertainment content. According to law at 2022, excess use of social media may negatively affect students' concentration and academic performance. Therefore, students may struggle to manage their time effectively when using social media for learning. This issue can be explained through Albert Bandura's social learning theory, which suggests that individuals tend to emit behaviors they frequently observe. For example, students have constantly watch entertainment videos may develop habits that prioritize leisure over learning. Consequently, they may postpone assignments, reduce study time, and perform poorly in examinations. Therefore, it is evident that social media can become a source of distractions if students fail to regulate their uses responsibly.
Wow, I completely agree with Zaiti points.
Thank you, Afi.
Distraction is indeed of one the biggest concern regarding social media in education. While educational content is available, social media algorithms often recommend entertainment videos that can attract students' attention more easily than academic material. As a result, students may spend more time consuming non-educational contents than engaging in meaningful learning activities. Furthermore, according to physiologist B.F. Skinner, behavior is influenced by reinforcement. Social media platforms continuously provide reward in the form of likes, comments, and notifications, encouraging users to remain online for longer periods. For instance, a student may instead to watch educational video on YouTube, but become distracted by unrelated content suggested by the platform. Therefore, self-discipline and proper time management are essential when using social media as a learning tool. For another challenge is spread of misinformation on social media platform. Unlike academic journal or textbook, information on social media is not always verified by experts. As a result, students may encounter inaccurate fact, misleading opinion, or false educational contents that can negatively affect their understanding of a topic. According to a recent studies on digital literacy, students need a strong critical thinking skill to avoid credibility of information obtained from a social media. Therefore, the reliability of information remains of a major concern.
Okay, I agree with you, Afiq, because Misinformation can significantly affect the quality of learning. Many students assume that information shared online is automatically accurate, even though anyone can create and publish content on social media. Without proper evaluation skills, students may become vulnerable to false information and misconceptions. In addition, educational purpose John Dewey emphasized that importance of reflective thinking in the learning process. Students should not simply absorb information but should analyze and evaluate it carefully. For example, before using information from TikTok or Instagram, students should compare it with academic article, textbooks, or trusted educational website. Therefore, digital literacy and critical thinking skill are crucial for ensure the social media contribute positively to learning. Okay, the last challenge is privacy and security issues. Social media platform require user to share personal information, which can which may expose them to cyber threats such as identity theft, scam, hacking, and online harassment. As more students use social media for educational purpose, concern regarding digital safely continue to increase. According to recent studies on digital citizenship, students must understand how to protect their personal information while practicing in online learning environment. The challenge can be linked to Mike Robb's concept of digital citizenship, which emphasizes responsible and safe technology use. For example, students may unknown share personal details in online groups or clicking suspicious links sent by strangers. Such actions may compromise their privacy and security. Therefore, students must develop awareness of online safety practice and use social media responsibly to avoid potential risks.
Alright, I strongly agree with Isni. Privacy and security issues are becoming increasingly important as students spend more time online. Many learners are unaware that personal information such as phone numbers, email address, and photographs can be shareable on social media platforms. And moreover, according to Mars Presky, students who are considered digital native still require guidance in developing responsible digital behavior. For instance, students may accidentally share sensitively information while participating in education discussions online. This can expose them to cyberbullying or predatory activities. Therefore, just schools or educators should more effectively. Thank you.
Okay, so we move to the conclusions.
Okay.
In conclusion, social media offer numerous educational benefits, include easy access to information, enhanced collaborations, and increased motivation among students. This advantage enable learners to access knowledge beyond traditional classroom setting and promote more flexible learning experience. Educational theories proposed by Vygotsky, Siemens, and Badura further supports the idea the interaction and digital network can contribute positively to learning. However, social media is not without challenge. issues such as distraction, misinformation, and privacy concern can negatively affect students if not managed properly. Uh, then, students should use social media wisely and responsibly to maximize its educational benefit while minimizing its potential risks.
Alright, I agree with the points discussed today. Social media has become as important part of students' lives and can significantly support learning when used appropriately. It encourages communication, collaboration, and independent learning while providing students with access to a wide range of educational resources. Nevertheless, students must remain aware of the challenge and associated with social media. By developing critical thinking skills, practicing self-discipline, and protecting personal information, learners can ensure that social media contributes positively to their educational journey. Therefore, responsible usage is the key to successful learning through social media. Right, Afi?
Thank you, Zaiti, for your information.
Okay, welcome.
To include, social media should not be viewed merely as a platform for entertainment, but also as a valuable educational tools. When integrated effective into the learning process, it can improve student engagement, facilitate collaboration, and enhance access to knowledge. These benefits make social media highly relevant in 21st century education. At the same time, user must remain cautious of distraction, misinformation, and security risks. With proper guidance from educators and responsible behavior from students, social media can become a powerful and effective learning tool. Thank you for listening, and that concludes for our discussion.
Alright, thank you, everyone.
Bilik tu. Allah, gagaknya. Apa?